Dr. Heather Paulson here, and I just got finished seeing patients at the clinic at Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine. Our students are not here in the student clinic shifts. They're phoning in, but there's a couple of patients that I'm still seeing in person, trying to minimize our contact with people as much as possible, and seeing everybody, as many patients as possible virtually, which is great. But some people still need to come in for some of their IV therapies that are keeping their tumor markers at bay, or I'm working with a patient who's working on tapering her opiates, and we're doing some in-office things to help with her withdrawal symptoms. So still seeing some patients, but trying to keep people at home as much as possible. But I wanted to talk to you guys about masks a little bit. So I have a paper surgical mask because I was in clinic today, and we're required to wear masks anytime we're entering a room with a patient. And hey, Colvin, thanks for joining. It's good to see you. But I was laughing because I went to Starbucks to get coffee this morning because it's been a long day. I started teaching at 8 a.m. and it's almost 6 p.m. now. And I saw the guy at the Starbucks line, and he had his mask. He had a homemade mask, but he had it like this. And like I felt like I could see his nose hairs. Hey, Dee Dee. I felt like I could see his nose hairs. I'm not going to reuse this mask. That's why I'm touching it. I'm like getting it all contaminated right now and pulling it down. I've seen people in the store with a mask on and having it pulled down. Or I saw one person trying to talk to somebody else, and they lifted the bottom of their mask up to talk to them. I'm like, these are not ways to effectively use a mask. So I thought I would share this with you for just a second, because as somebody who's been trained in how to use a mask, it kind of makes me want to scream a little bit. And also I don't want to laugh at you in public. So here we go. This is how to use, if you have ear loops, whether it's a disposable mask or a mask that you made yourself, you don't want to be touching this part that I just touched and contaminated. Like I said, this is going in the trash. I just wanted to share with you guys this real quick. So you grab the ear loops and put them on, trying not to touch this. And then you want something that fits closely at the bridge of the nose. So the bridge of the nose is that middle part, right? So if you're at Starbucks and you're handing me your coffee, my coffee, and you're breathing on your mask like this, you did not protect me from your droplets. You didn't protect me from your droplets. What are you doing? And you're moistening like the tip of it and breathing in all of the bacteria that you're inhaling and exhaling. You're like a perfect bacterial issue. Okay, so we take our ear loops. We put them over our ears, right? Tighten our masks. If it's a homemade mask, you can add things in here to help tighten it against the bridge of your nose. I don't want to see your nostrils. I don't want you breathing on me, okay? And then we're going to take this and tuck it under our chin, right? If you're making a homemade mask, you can put strings here because you want this as tight as possible. That's going to protect droplets from getting into your mask. So I have some gaps right here right now. If I was tying this and making a homemade one, I would make this a little tighter and try to close those gaps. So that's how to put it on. Okay, and then to take it off, you're not going to touch this. This is the part that's contaminated. So you're going to just touch the parts that are around your ears or the parts that you tied behind your head and take it off. And then if you're disinfecting it, so if you're putting it into the wash, like this cannot really be disinfected, and now my ear loops are all stretched out, so it's not really going to be that effective. And then I touched it, so this is bad. This is going in the trash 100%. But if you have a cloth mask, then you want to hang it. You can hang it in the sun. You can put it in the wash. I was reading about ironing. If you iron it, that's very high heat, and that kills the virus. So that's how you want to do it. You want to try not to touch this at all, because you're assuming that you've breathed on it, that your droplets are potentially contaminating this mask already, and that maybe it did capture some droplets that would have otherwise gone into your respiratory system. So go ahead and clean this or trash it, depending on what you need to do with it, and don't touch it. And then as soon as you're done with it, wash your hands. Okay, so the number one thing happening with masks is that people think that because they wore a mask or because they wore gloves and touched all of the things with their gloves and their mask on, that somehow you have this magic shield around you. But you don't. You still are exposed to these things that are droplet exposures. So you need to wash your hands still after touching your mask, after taking it off. After taking off your gloves, you immediately wash your hands. As healthcare providers, we wear gloves. You've watched us. I'm sure you've watched your doctor do this. Touch you with their gloves on, take their gloves off inside out, throw them into the trash, and then proceed to wash their hands. So if gloves were 100% protective, we wouldn't need to do that hand washing after touching you, right? So these are just a couple tips I have so that I don't laugh at you at Starbucks, okay? I love you guys so much, and stay safe, stay healthy, and stay protected. Don't be infecting yourself. And if you have questions, let me know. I'm here to support you. Maybe we'll do a glove wearing and glove taking off tutorial after this. But I just want to make sure you're actually using tools that are going to help you, and that when you use them, they help you. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.